All right. Welcome back to the YouTube channel, everyone. And in this video, I'm doing a call breakdown of around 8 to 9 minutes of objection handling. That was pretty fucking good. Now, what I'm going to be doing, I'll be doing a Loom video and I will be walking you through the recording in just one moment. They said it was too expensive and they logistically didn't have the money. So I'll walk you through exactly what I did, why I did it, and all of the mental patterns as well as the psychology behind what I did in this call. So let's get into it.
Yeah, that's really way expensive for me, unfortunately. You know, as much as I love all of this, you know, it's just not something I can afford, unfortunately.
Is that even in the finance route at the 220 to 270 a month?
Yes, that is. Because I still have a mortgage to pay, you know, I still have medical expenses, you know, that I still have to carry on since I no longer have that insurance through my work, you know, so that's a big chunk of change.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely fine. I can definitely understand where you're coming from. And when you say it's too expensive, like, can I ask, like, compared to what?
No, that's just not something I have the funds for right now, you know, because right now I have no income coming.
Doing a comparison frame, because it's like, yeah, it's expensive, but like compared to what? What are you comparing it to? Because like if she's comparing it to $1,000 course, yeah, it's going to be expensive. Or is she comparing it to a $50,000 college degree? That ain't expensive.
And I don't get Social Security until February, you know, and even that isn't enough to cover my mortgage. So
I can see where you're coming from there. How are you going to cover your mortgage then if there's Social Security?
See, exactly what she said there. That doesn't make sense. So I'm not going to buy into her limit. That's not even going to cover my mortgage. No one's just going to be in that position. It's like, how are you going to cover your mortgage? Because you got money coming in somewhere.
Well, my daughter also gets Social Security, so I'm
There's
going to
the
have
money.
to use part of her Social Security now to help pay for the mortgage. So that's where I'm coming from there, you know.
Okay. Okay.
And I honestly wish I could take advantage of this because this sounds so wonderful.
And she's only saying that because we had an absolutely flawless discovery. Okay.
Look, I can understand like the logistics side of things because we can always figure that out in some regard. Whether it's now, whether it's 6, 12 months from now, that's not an issue.
What I just did with whether it's now, 6, 12 months from now, I'm letting her know both consciously and subconsciously that I don't need your sale right now. I'm detached. Like whether you do it now or you do it 12 months from now. See what I mean? Like it doesn't sound like I'm trying to get your money. One thing I want you to notice as well with my demeanor, I'm not into word track fucking objection handling mode. Blah, 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 blah. I'm keeping the exact same demeanor that I had during my presentation as well as during my discovery. Because if we're nice, like, yeah man, awesome, taking down the discovery during the taking down the process during the discovery as well as the pitch, and we're friendly. As soon as they give us an objection, if we switch into fucking objection handling mode, they're not dumb, bro. They're gonna sense that demeanor switch, and they'll be like, okay, now that the money's on the line, he's completely changed. He's a dick. Why would I want to invest with him? So that's what they would think.
One thing, because I know you mentioned it's you feel like it's expensive. Can I just ask, like, if you invested 10,000 to get a position where you're making what 60 to 80,000 a year, like, is that a worthwhile investment in your mind?
Absolutely.
So,
You know.
so really just comes down to the logistics.
So reason I said that is because she said at the start it's too expensive. Now it doesn't even matter about talking about like making the funds work logistically if they think it's too expensive. Because when we're getting multiple objections, let's say we're getting logistical money, it's too expensive, so a value objection and also a partner objection. Nothing else matters unless they don't see the value in it. So we always want to handle the value. Once we've reframed the value, which I just got by, and then it goes to logistical. Once we make logistical make sense, she doesn't give me a partner, but if they did, I would then handle the partner, because they don't need to speak to the partner if they can't pay the money. It's a money objection. But if we solve the money objection, we then do the objections below. So just so you know, it's always going to go value first, handle that, reframe that, then handle money logistics, then handle partner, and then any other objection after that. That is the rules. We don't break that rule.
Okay.
Correct. Correct.
Yeah. So the two
And I just clarified it with her now. It's not the value, it's the logistics.
20 to 270 a month, that coming out in around 30 to 45 days, is that still something that we just couldn't make work, unfortunately?
Right. That's
Reason I'm asking that is because it's 220 to 270 a month coming out with the finance. Does it really not work? Obviously, I just wanted to clarify. She told me it isn't necessarily going to work.
the part that I just can't do.
Gotcha, no stress. Because just so you know, that's why in week 2 we are building and selling the websites to cover the tuition. So it gives us that's why it gives us a 30 to 45 day runway where we've got income coming in the door, as well as you've got the paid internship in 1 month from when starting, and that's to cover the payments.
Okay.
The reason we have that is for that exact reason.
If you've got anything offer specific that you can throw in an objection handling, like a part of the value, a part of the program that you guys offer, that's going to help this person, I would definitely throw that in. It's not like we go word track mode. Like, oh, word track, okay, next question. Being in the conversation, what makes sense? It's a money objection. They want to make sure they got the funds. Okay, if we've got a way that we can make some funds during the program, let me share that.
We don't want anyone to just not do what they want to do if it's the finances holding us back.
Right.
Yeah. With that in mind, how do you feel about that then?
Yeah,
Just seeing now where we stand.
that makes me a little bit more comfortable. Yeah, no, I really need to go back and examine my finances and things and see, if that's doable.
No,
You
that's
know.
absolutely.
I don't want to waste your time, in
You're not wasting my time.
See, hadn't interrupt with humor. You can't see it on the frame, but I was like, you're not wasting my time, right? Does it look like I'm trying to get you money when I'm like that? Okay.
in any of this, because I'm really, really excited about this,
Sure.
but
With that being said, like money aside, is this something you would do? I just want to make sure.
yes, absolutely.
And remind me
Absolutely.
again, like, for you personally, like why is this a transition you do want to make?
So we're just getting tied down again because I wanted to make sure. And then I'm going to ask her why. Now, instead of saying, why do you feel like this is what you want to do? That's just going to say, oh, well, the program has X, Y, Z. Right? That's not the real reason why they want to do this. They want to do it for their personal reasons. Because it's like we're doing a mini future pace here. Okay, so you see exactly how I asked it. Well, remind me again, why do you want to do this for you personally? And then watch the answer she gives. Instead of saying, oh, well, you guys are great coaching X, Y, Z. We don't want to hear that. Watch what she says.
Because to me, I want to do something that, number one, that I'm proud of. Number two, that is going to support my family. And number three, it's something that I'm going to enjoy doing. Instead of just coming to work and, another day at work, something like that. It's something that, to me, it seems like I'm going to enjoy doing.
What a better response than what we could have got with talking about the program. We want to talk about you. This call's about you.
Yeah.
And I get to see the results of my work.
Yeah.
Versus somebody else benefiting from my work.
Yeah, no, that makes total sense. I know where you're coming from there. So, we can always, like I said, work out the finances in due time. The thing that we can't help you with, the hard thing, is actually the commitment to change. So, can I ask him, are you committed to change?
Absolutely.
Let's get that commitment, because why not?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I see. Because look, the reason you mentioned you want to do this is to have more finances coming in and making more money. So obviously having the level of financial freedom. Is that correct?
Correct. That's one of the reasons why.
Yeah. So if the reason we want to do it, that typically means that we don't have the level of finances we want right now. So my question is like, isn't that the exact reason why we should do it? Because to break that cycle, don't we need more income
Right.
in to actually get there? Because if we let
Absolutely.
the symptom of us not having the funds hold us back from getting the skills, how are we going to break out of this cycle?
Right.
Do you see how logical that just makes sense? So at the start of the call on your discovery, you should get an overarching goal. In this case, you want financial freedom. The finances based on that are typically going to be the reason that would hold it back. So we've got to let them understand that and reframe their belief on, oh, the finances, I can't do it. Is that how we want them to think? Or do we think, okay, well, the reason we can't do it because of the finances is exactly the reason we need to do it, because we need to get more finances. See how it just logically makes sense? That's one of the reframes. And then we did the problem versus the symptom reframe as well.
Absolutely. I agree 100%.
Okay, why do you agree then?
Tie down and watch what she says.
Because it's like, I'm not putting the horse
Should be selling herself.
before the cart. Now I'm putting the, I'm trying to get the horse to move the cart.
A good analogy. Yeah.
Instead of me behind the cart pushing it, now the horse can pull it,
Yeah. That's a really good analogy. Look, I guess the version of you, Kim, who's making that 60K a year, obviously they're able to support, provide for their family. They've got the new challenge, like you mentioned as well. What type of decision would they tell you to make, considering the boot camp has been designed to make money to cover the payments? What would they tell you to do?
Yeah, they'd probably tell me to see if I can work it out.
So during my discovery, one of the phases I do is the identity. So I'm like, okay, after future base, to get to where you want to go, I'll just make this a bit shorter than how I say it. What do you need to let go of to bridge the gap from where you are now to here? It's like the 2.0 version of them making the money they want to make. They've got the ideal lifestyle. Then in objections, I can use that.
No, and to be, because, and I think I can do it that way, because I'm thinking, currently I'll be, starting in February, I'll be getting my Social Security, but I'm still getting I still have 8 months of getting paid for my compensation from leaving my job.
Mm-hmm.
So in that way, I think it would work out that way.
Okay, and that's absolutely fine. Because as mentioned, so it takes about 3 months, 1 to 2 hours a day. If you've got more time, that's amazing. And then on average, it's 3 to 6 weeks from the data that when our students land these positions. So 8 months is ample leeway.
Right.
With that being said, Kim, is it fair to say we should rip off the Band-Aid so we can actually get you inside, get you working towards those 60K years?
Just with my demeanor, notice again how detached I am. I'm not chasing a sale. I'm not being a dick. I'm still being nice and friendly, because we built some amazing rapport at the start of the call. It's one of those prospects you can connect with. I'm going to hold that demeanor throughout the objection handling. And the reason I say rip off the Band-Aid, because what that communicates to them, it's like, okay, he's acknowledging that this is a hard decision, but he's now saying, do you want to fucking do it, pretty much. But instead of saying, no, is this something you want to do now? It's like, should we rip off the Band-Aid so we can get you to where you need to be?
Yes.
Are you sure you're not just saying that?
Yeah, no.
Bit of pushback. We want to make sure. Are you sure?
No. My husband's probably going to kill me, but you know what? We got to rip the Band-Aid off, so to speak.
Yeah, well, I don't think he's going to kill you when you get your paychecks, right?
See, once again, pattern interrupt, selling with humor, and reframing that belief. Your husband's not going to kill you when you're getting these paychecks coming in. Like, that just makes sense. So the main thing I want you to take away here is implementing what your offer has in place for you to add into your objection handling, but really being detached, having a high frequency throughout the objection handling, and having the same demeanor as you do in your discovery. Because if you're in your discovery, you jump on with someone hey, how's the day been? What's been happening? Blah, 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 blah. Do discovery, high energy, yada, yada, yada. And as soon as you get to objection handling, you're like, money aside, is this something you would do? Okay, why would you do it though? Okay, blah, 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 blah. You see, like, they'll be like, whoa, what the fuck's this guy doing? So keeping the same demeanor, getting the tie downs when necessary, or reframing that why we would let the money hold us back to get us to where we want to go. Also adding the problem and symptom in there. We're good to go. Maybe the only thing I would have done different is I didn't feel like it was necessary, but if we got to this point and got some more pushback, I would then add in a consequence and then do a what's riskier frame. So what's riskier? You not coming up with the funds, being in the exact same position, not having the finances you want for another 12 months like you mentioned? Or is it more risky to find a way to get the funds, maybe sell some things on marketplace, like some of our most successful students did, to actually get the capital, and then you can get inside the program to get to where you want to go? What's more riskier? Okay, well, what happens if you, they're obviously going to say the option that makes more sense. You say, okay, why? Okay, well, what happens if you choose the other option and go the more riskier route and get a consequence on that? So, yeah.
I hope you enjoyed that breakdown, everyone. Let me know what your thoughts are. Leave them down in the comments. Make sure to hit subscribe, because why not? Follow me on Instagram @JaxHeaton. Drop a thumbs up, because let's have that positive energy, guys. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Enjoy your day.